Now, the A-Team, Fox News contributor Angela McGlowan, former Clinton advisor, Fox News contributor Doug Schoen, and joining us right here in New York City, senior opinion editor for the Washington Times, Emily Miller. Emily, great to have you here. We're so used to you being in the satellite, on the satellite.
You're in real life.
Good to have you here. Doug Schoen, this president has reached a point of farce. The fear-mongering is astonishing. Aren't you a little embarrassed by it?
I'm more than a little embarrassed, but to me, there's an even bigger issue.
This means he's changing the subject, but go ahead.
Actually not changing the subject,
Okay.
as you will.
I was being overly cynical, and for that, I want to apologize to you, to everyone.
And I accept your apology. Bottom line, I think the sequester is going to involve real disruption. But what a president should do to lead is to negotiate, to compromise, and he is late to the party on this one. Instead of being out there saying, here are the bad things that are going to happen, he should be in the White House with John Boehner, Mitch McConnell, and the Democratic leadership trying to negotiate to avoid this and trying to do a real deal to get past some of our serious budgetary problems.
And Doug, you should be counseling him, but this is not about policy.
No surprise, he hasn't hired me.
Yeah, well, yeah, but this is about politics. What Obama wants to do his last 2 years, he wants to have a Democratic House and a Democratic Senate. So what he wants to do is let the sequester happen, blame the Republicans,
Correct.
throw them under the bus, but it might backfire.
You know, Lou, I've been in Manhattan now for about an hour, and the liberal air in here must be making me crazy because
Do I sound like a liberal?
Well, okay, I'm suddenly agreeing with the Democrats.
Well, that's good.
I don't know
what. This is a country,
I need to
where
get out of DC
all Americans,
But
not
But like many Democrats, he doesn't want to hear about which you agree.
Well, the reason I agree is
I'm
because
happy to listen.
President Obama has shown zero leadership in this whole mess with the sequester. I mean, the sequester was his idea.
Yep.
It was back from 2001, and he said, we're going to have to cut spending. Here, I'm going to get my tax cuts, and we're going to cut spending. And then just sort of went, well, y'all figure it out how you have to. And if, you know, planes fall out of the sky, and if the military goes to all heck, so be it. I'm just commander.
When Bob Woodward,
Yes.
When Bob Woodward says he hasn't seen madness like this in a long time, well, we're going to take that up because that has, I think, spectacular connotations that are not happy for the Republic. We're coming right back with the A-Team here in just moments. We're back with the A-Team, and I want to take up with the A-Team the issue of what apparently is a warning from this White House, a senior official, to Bob Woodward, who is a legend not only as a brilliant author and writer, investigative reporter, Watergate, but a man of impeccable principle, credentials. What in the world are these folks thinking of in this administration? I mean, they look horrible, Angela.
Isn't America about freedom of speech? I mean, don't we go to the airwaves to state how we feel? But you have certain people that if you speak against this administration, there's a dire warning there, and then other things come down the pike. So I think it's sad.
He couldn't have said much more powerfully than to say this president is exhibiting a madness he hadn't seen in a long time. A clear implication that he's talking about Nixon. This is a Nixonian administration in the duplicity and the deceit with which it does so much.
In the context of what Woodward said about it was because the president said, I'm not sending, I'm not using my commander-in-chief power to defend our nation how we need to, because this possible
send another carrier to the Gulf.
Exactly. And that's what he said was the madness. I mean, he said, could you see Ronald Reagan saying, oh, we can't fight communism because of this budget document? I mean, the reality of sequester is absolutely nothing's going to change Friday morning. Zero. It will be a progressive change, and it does not change the fact that we can defend this country to a full extent.
You agree?
Sadly, I have to. Lou, I don't want to believe that presidents play politics and put that ahead of policy. I don't want to believe that we are paralyzed as a nation. But bottom line, this only emboldens our adversaries around the world, and it makes us look weak and impotent.
But Lou, I believe that all presidents, all political leaders, they do play politics, but this president has just been out front and arrogant with it and basically has lied about certain things. He said in the debate against Mitt Romney that the sequester wouldn't happen and basically blamed Congress when it was his idea.
But the curious thing is the way in which the Republicans are responding, not as a bold and strong, loyal opposition and a countervailing force in Washington, the nation's capital, to this administration when one is desperately needed.
Well, that's because the Republicans, I mean, there's nothing wrong. The only thing I see wrong with the sequester is it's not big enough. We have a $16 trillion debt. We're spending
You
over...
want to cut
The
defense?
only thing you see wrong with it
It
is
is the
not-
massive defense.
Are you
cuts?
kidding me?
Emily, you're not a conservative.
$1.2 trillion deficit every year, more than. And we're talking about cutting $85 billion. I mean, this doesn't even get even close to
But
dealing with our
perception-
entitlement crisis, mandatory spending,
You
and all
didn't
the waste
respond on
resources.
defense.
Perception is
Well, I'd
reality,
like
though.
it to
When
be
you
a-
had Bill
Folks,
Clinton and
I'd like
Newt Gingrich stood strong. Boehner's not strong.
And I hate to leave it there, but I must. Thank you very much, Angela. Emma, great to see you here in New
Thank
York
you.
City. Doug, as always.
Lou, thank you.